Jacko, not the performance you would have wanted at home here tonight?
Yeah, 100%. It's not what we wanted and not what we expected, and we never want to go out and lose football matches in that manner. It's not what we're about. It's not the representation of my team and our team, and bitterly disappointing and gutted.
The Wanderers came out with that real high intensity, high press from the start. Seemed to catch you unawares in terms of your team struggled to play through that in the opening, say, 15-20 minutes.
Well, it shouldn't have caught us unaware because we fully knew what they were about. I've said before, that's the third time we've played them this season. Twice in the league and once in pre-season. And the pre-season game and today, they outfought us, suffocated us and outmuscled us. We were prepared for that. We spoke about it, how we needed to be, because we know that when we do play our game and we are strong and win duels and second balls, then we can compete, because we did that at their place, and we didn't do that today, and they deserve the win.
Annan's first start in the league for the Mariners, what did you make of his performance in goals?
Well, you're probably asking me that question because of the mistake, and ultimately there was a lot of mistakes on the pitch today from our point of view, so we have to rectify all the mistakes, not just one. Which you obviously picking up on one because the goalkeeper's in a position where when they make a mistake it's normally a goal, and I don't want to dwell on that because there were too many mistakes out there from us today, and like I said, we didn't deserve anything from the game. Wanderers deserved the victory.
Structurally, that back three, then you went to a back four at half time. What is it that you're trying to work out there to try and get yourself going forward in particular, not necessarily defensively?
Well, people always talk about a back four and a back three against us. We 4-4-2 out of possession, 3-4-2-1 in possession. That's how we played last season. It's the same this season. So whatever you see on a team sheet in a lineup, that's a perception of someone else. We have a way of playing. We haven't changed our way of playing. We trust in that, and we didn't execute it today. Simple as that. We didn't execute it, and the main reason for that is that we didn't win the battle. That's it. That give them the momentum, give them the 3 goals. And like I said, I can't legislate for that. It's happened. We didn't want it to happen. We spoke about it not happening, but it did, and we have to take responsibility for that because that's not the representation, like I said, of our team.
Do you put it down to a little bit of the travel as well? Obviously, a huge turnaround from Japan.
No, we've been there before. No, I'm not one of them people jumping on that. I'm afraid. No, we were physically ready today. We were physically ready, but we fell short.
Jacko, I know how important the fight is to you, and you can clearly tell at the press conference. What do you put that lack of intensity that you touched on down to?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because if I knew, then I obviously solve it straight away. We spoke about it before the game. We said how we need to be up for it. At this moment in time, I need to look back on the game. I need to get into the minds of the players and see where they were, because we spoke about that. We spoke about what was needed. We knew what was needed when we went and played Wanderers away from home, and we produced that. And we, like I said, we didn't produce that today. And when you don't produce that, you give a team who play with good intensity and have quality players, you give them a big leg up. And they didn't need that today, but we give them that. And like I say, they deserve the win today. They deserved it.
Final couple of months of the season, 8 matches to go. You're still in the finals hunt. Where do you go to from here?
We recover the players. We have a down day tomorrow, and then we come back in the building on Monday and work hard again. That's never changes with us. Never changes. Through the bad times, through the good times, the processes always stay the same. So we'll do that again. And like I said, it might be a little bit for me to delve into the mind of the players a little bit and see where they are. One thing I do know is they're a good bunch of players, good bunch of lads. They don't purposely go out there to not compete, but we need to get to the bottom of why we allowed a team to do that to us, particularly in the first half today, without any comeback. And rectify it quickly. That's what we need to try and do. Let's remember, we knew that Wanderers going into this game, we knew they score a lot of goals, but they concede a lot. Yeah, they got their goals in the first half, but we still created half chances. And then when we need to execute them or we need to put them in the back of the goal, we didn't do that today because we had chances in the first half. We had a few opportunities, but yeah, the game's won and lost in both penalty areas, and they dominated today, and like I say, dominated all over the park.
Got to ask you about some comments that you made on Channel 10 after the game about the officiating.
Mm-hmm.
There were some controversial moments. One of them I have to ask you about is the Qual 50-50 with Lawrence Thomas, and also the penalty in the second half. What did you make of those?
Well, certainly the penalty, I need to see the Qual one back, but the penalty for me is not a penalty. I think he's going down easy. I think he's played for it, and I think with the use of VAR now, you should be able to eradicate that from the game, and that's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, and I stick by that opinion. I looked at it straight after the incident. I felt the same. I've looked at it again in the dressing room now, and I feel the same. The frustration from me probably comes from so many decisions, and I know I'm not the only one, because managers speak about it all the time, but I read something today about John Moss in charge of the referees and how every club, he spoke to every club and everybody's happy with how it's going, but I have to tell you, we've never been contacted and asked our opinion on it. So not every club has been contacted, that's for sure, and that's in black and white. I've read it today and I've read it again before I've come in this meeting. So as regards to contacting all clubs, and we're happy with how it's progressing, no one's contacted us at the Mariners. They might have contacted other people, but certainly not us. Well, listen, I don't put that one decision down on the result. We were losing the game 3-0. We were out of the game. We didn't look like getting back into the game. I'll take that on the chin. All right, so it's not sour grapes or anything like that, but I think the decision is poor. I think it's soft, and I think those decisions need to be overturned with the use of VAR. In live time, I understand referees have to make split-second decisions, but when you can look back on it and potentially not even have a look at it again, then it's wrong for me, and that's where the frustration comes in.
Are you happy with the officiating this season? As that statement said that John Moss has apparently said that all the clubs are happy with it. Are you?
No,
yeah.
No. I think it's been inconsistent. Right? Probably same as our performances all this season, been too inconsistent. I think the refereeing's been inconsistent. I know it's a difficult job. It really, really is. But the use of technology and how they're going with VAR and how many times they can look at things now, you'd expect them to get more things right. We've had a few instances where we've put our comments forward, but they've been dismissed fairly quickly. But yeah, from my point of view, and on looking at the article I read the other day, as regards to contacting all their league clubs and they're happy with how it's progressing, nobody's contacted us or myself personally or Matt Simon, who probably would get contacted. So yeah.
Do they respond if you ask any questions? Like if you have a query, do they?
Yeah, they respond. They dismiss it straight away. So it kind of, for me, it's worthless sometimes. But we'll always ask a question because, listen, there's a process to it. But as regards to asking how we feel the officiate is, I'll say again, nobody's asked us at the Mariners. So, and that's in black and white as well in a recent interview. But listen, the game, we were losing the game 3-0. I don't want one decision to be overriding the fact that we weren't good enough today. We weren't good enough and didn't deserve anything from the game. So that's what we have to rectify quickly and get to work as quickly as we can, back on the training ground and look forward to the next game at home.